Welcome all, Hipper here. Now today I am going to take a bit of a look at the capping in Khabarovsk. And that is mainly because I see a lot of, well not a lot, I see a few players that I've met in this ship. And they play this ship extensively and pretty much solely from the back line, shooting HE. And I mean, this is a destroyer. Yeah, it's a destroyer cruiser hybrid pretty much. And if I may say so, one of the best hybrids in this game. So in my opinion, you should at least try to do your destroyer role. Now that means getting in there and spotting first of all, and of course capping, and that's what this video here is about. I see a lot of caps and other destroyers for that matter too scared to actually enter a cap, and I mean there's nothing really to be scared of, especially in Khabarovsk. If there's another destroyer in the cap, you can take them out easily. Even a Fletcher has really no defense against these 8 guns here. They die like flies. So the only thing you have to worry about then is if that the other destroyer spots you, and then the rest of the team focuses you. Well, that is a problem, yes, and then you'll have to use your smoke. One-on-one against another destroyer, Khabarov will win, especially with an agile build where it's really hard to torp this ship. If you just leave it as a standard build, you have more than 11-second rudder, and I promise you it's very difficult to avoid torps with that build, especially if you're sitting in smoke, as you don't have a sonar or anything like that. So here we've done our job very well. We've spotted, we've capped, and we did a little bit of damage, nothing spectacular here, but the game is still young. Now there's a destroyer over here on the right somewhere, and he's smoked up as well. And it seems like everybody else has smoked up as well, so yeah, I'll be doing the spotting here. So I'm assuming this destroyer is hiding in the smoke, and I'm pretty sure now that there's torps coming. And his only backup is this battleship here, far away on the horizon. So I'm just gonna make a large circle here so I can get a few shots in on this guy in case he's thinking of actually moving forward, which of course we can't have. So as soon as I get within range of this guy, I'm gonna give him a few shots, and then I am going to flank this destroyer over here. Now, of course, my goal is to sink the destroyer, but it's just as important that I actually spot this guy. So at least my team can get some shots in at him. So now I am spotted, so obviously he's just around here somewhere. So I'll just give this guy here just a few shots to make him think twice about moving in again. Don't want that. And then I am pointing my nose in the direction of the destroyer where I think he is, and right at this moment I actually spot him. And it's just a Yudachi, and really is no problem for the cap guns. Unfortunately I don't get the kill, but I've certainly done my destroyer duty here, and this cap is now ours. He must be out of torps or something. Anyway, that's it, and this battleship here is no threat now. So I am going to probably move on. And you know, like I've said before, these legendary battles here, the more legendary ships you have, like, the easier it's going to be in Cap. And you should enjoy it while it lasts, because I'm pretty sure this meta will change on Monday when the new patch drops, and we'll get the gearing and Worcester, the new legendary cruiser. I think it's going to be a lot harder to play Khabarovsk then. So get in the playtime you can this weekend, and then we'll see what the game has in store for us on Monday. So here I want to get this Yamato out of the cap, because that cap is mine and I want to take it. Now in the process, I'm getting some nice defend ribbons as well, which is always welcome. Very nice XP. And as you know, I play mainly for XP in my games. And that's also why I put a big fat line under the fact that you can cap in Khabarovsk. And it's actually very good at it. The only thing, like I said in the beginning, when you head into the cap and you get spotted, if it's one of those games where the whole enemy team is congregated on the opposite side of your cap, well, you don't have the concealment to take on the whole enemy team. So in that case, retreat. But if it's 2 or 3 ships and like 1 destroyer or something like that, and especially if they're legendaries, like especially Alaska, like there is nothing to fear from that ship. Especially for Cap, especially with my build here, because I don't rely on concealment at all. So Alaska that uses its radar, it doesn't really matter to me, unless he surprises me. Like for example, if an Alaska came around the corner right now and radared, yeah, that would be a problem. But obviously, you just have to keep that in mind and not let any Alaska sneak up on you. An Alaska at the edge of its radar, which would be like around 10 kilometers, 9-10 kilometers, it's not a threat. It can shoot every between 15 and 20 seconds, and the dispersion is not very good. So until we get a better cruiser in legendary tier, then Khabarovsk will have it pretty easy. We have a nice Fletcher here. We just don't get him, but someone else does though. So this is perfect. The last enemy destroyer is down and the Yamato is fleeing from the cap. So the cap is undefended now, so I can pretty much just hit in. If you notice, I'm still spotted, but it doesn't really matter. The Kurfürst is taking advantage of that, but there's no way he can hit me. So I'll just take a few shots at him to keep him out there in no man's land where there's really no use for him. Don't know really what he's really doing out there. And then I will just circle around here and head into the cap. And when I was playing this game here, I was hoping to torp the Yamato when I got into the cap. We'll see if that happens. Now my battleship from A has pretty much left his defense position over there to chase down this Kurfürst here, which is pretty useless. So that means the Yamato can now go around the island and actually cap A. And yeah, that's unfortunate, but it happens in this game. So from my perspective, it's better to just cap B, get another cap while he's wasting a minute trying to take A from us, and then I'm gonna move on to C after. That is a better approach. So I was kind of hoping my battleship would turn around now and take on the Yamato and perhaps reset the cap counter or something like that, but he seems totally tunnel visioned on that Kurfürst out there. Now, I've said it before, but these legendary battles here, at least until we get the next batch of legendary ships on Monday, it's very rare that anyone pushes in to the middle of the cap. Only destroyers, pretty much. The odd Alaska once in a while, but usually the middle belongs to cap. And I've had several games where I have solo capped all 3 caps in this ship here. And I mean, it's not very like concealed or anything like that. It's simply because people stay too far away. And by the time they realize that the other team is way ahead on points, like now, it's way too late. So all my team has to do now is pretty much just take this C cap here and then just Yeah, sit back and relax. Try not to give up any more caps. Perhaps give up B if we absolutely have to, but of course try to keep it if we can. So we're almost finished capping here, and that means we are so far ahead now that it would be very, very hard to for these two last battleships here to catch up. And while they're at this distance here, I'll farm some more damage off them. So now we get into the more boring part of this video here, where Cap takes on the role as an HE spammer. And I mean, if you've seen my videos, you know how I feel about this, and I find it extremely boring. But in this case, I don't really have a choice. I need to help this guy burn the Kurfürst down, and I'll just sit here and shoot him as much as I can, basically. And yeah, that's boring. Now, I really don't understand how some people can do this the whole game. I would be very, very tired of World of Warships Legends if I had to do this for 15 minutes every time I played a game. No, thank you. So I'm noticing my battleship is showing a bit of broadside now to this Kurfürst here. So I wouldn't be surprised if I am the only ship left, which I am now. So I'll just take a last few shots at this guy here, hoping to get a fire going, and then I'll start to retreat a bit. He's almost within my spotting distance now, so I'd like to be able to dictate when he can see me and when he can't see me. So that's why I'm going to retreat a little bit now, and also I'm not really sure how far ahead that other Yamato is. No one's capping B yet, but I'm pretty sure he will be there very soon. So I need to be able to hit him and reset the cap timer on him, because the loss of that Iowa set us back quite a bit of points. So I don't think I can do the same. Both battleships have a lot of HP left, and as long as I don't know where the Yamato is exactly, I'll just be a little bit careful. Now I'm going to take shots at this Kurfürst here. So I'm kind of baiting the Yamato in to take a shot at me so I know where he is. That's pretty much the thinking behind this. It's not because I'm suicidal. And I still have a smoke left, so it's all good. So there's two targeting me now, and there I see the Yamato now, so I know where he is. And it's all good. So all I have to do now is reset the counter on this Yamato here, and probably a few times, just to be sure. And that's pretty much the end of this battle here. And it's a very typical legendary battle, this one here, where no one actually pushes in until the last 3-4 minutes of the game, and whoever's got the upper hand then will most certainly win the battle. Now I'm nearly full health, and that means I can take, well, probably around 3 lucky salvos from this Yamato here, and I'm only going to allow him to be able to take 1 at me, because I also have the Kurfürst to worry about. And as you can see, it's not really much of a threat at this distance here with an agile build. I mean, he won't be able to shoot for another 25-30 seconds, and during that time I can just reset the counter as many times as I like, while the clock winds down and this battle here is won. Kurfürst gets in a shot, but he only takes up 1,000 hit points. Khabarovsk is one tough ship, so like taking a few hits from legendary battleships, it's not a problem. Much less in Alaska. So I'm not really too worried until we get Worcester in the game. Perhaps gearing, let's see how it does, but not really too worried about that one. It's more like a glorified Fletcher. So anyway, that's the game, and we did a lot of caps here, and spotting and defense and everything. We did our destroyer roll really well at 3000 XP. Now, just to show you this isn't a one-off game, I'll just give you like a 3 solo cap game here, for example. And I mean, I do this all the time. It is a very good capping ship. As long as you don't get focused, you'll do really well. And you can take out any destroyer that challenges you. Unless, of course, like I said, you get focused. Then you have a bit of a problem. So don't get focused. But as you can see, 1 or 2 caps every game, pretty much, if it is a domination game. Alright, well, I'll see you out there, guys.